Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing tonight? We're back for another review. And I think it'll be a fun one across the board. We're going to have some fun, but first of all, please do like, share, and subscribe. And also, just remember, for all the people that need to hear it, we have this as well. I just hope that everybody likes it. I doubt it. Just turn this down just a little bit. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so where are we? Yes, so today we're going to review, again, it's the Friday show, so we're reviewing TNA and we're reviewing Ring of Honor. We're going to go through the update for the Royal Rumble. Again, people may not like it, but I need to put my foot down when it comes to these shows. So I'm going to do that first. And I just hope to everyone that's watching, you realize that this is a hard decision. So, if you want to be on the Royal Rumble shows, it's first come, first served. Because a lot of people want to be on these shows. And I'm not going to accommodate a lot of people on both shows. It's not going to work. So what I've decided is we're going to have, for the preview and the review show, it'll be capped to a maximum number of 5 people. So that's myself plus 4 guests. So it is first come, first served, and one of them is Ailey. So theoretically it's a fight between 3. If you just want to be on one show, that's fine. Please do drop in the comments which one. But please be advised, that's the limit. I am not going any more than that. Ailey's back for the Rumble. She's automatically on the show. But I have to be fair here. Because some people have messages asking me to come on for this. And I don't want people just taking the piss. If you want to be on these shows, you have to tell me. Either tonight or like before we go live tomorrow. Like, reach out to me on the socials. Anyone that knows me knows I'm not hard to get hold of. I'm very easy to approach. But I need to be told tonight, if not tomorrow. I need to know. So if you are going to be on the show, if you would like to be on the Royal Rumble preview or the Royal Rumble review, please tell me ASAP. Thank you. What's up, Maria? Yes, they were. I'm just making sure that people can actually. Can you guys all hear me? Just to check. Because if you can't hear me, I've just wasted a start. Because if you can't hear me, I've just wasted this. Oh wait, you can hear me. That's fine. I just turned up the volumes because it's not playing through my PC on YouTube, but that's fine. Okay, so like I was saying, if you for anyone that's watching the Royal Rumble preview and the Royal Rumble review shows are this weekend. If you want to be on either one, you need to tell me, preferably tonight. And it is first come, first served. It's going to be capped at 5 people, no more. Once the show starts, that's it. I won't be adding anyone else on the shows. It's once it starts, that's it. Because I need to give time to myself to prepare. I need to prepare the thumbnails tonight before SmackDown starts, which is going to be hit or miss, because we saw how Raw was. So I need to make sure that the shows are ready to go, and everyone's ready to go by then. So it is first come, first served. And if you don't like it, tough. Because end of the day, this is a channel, but I take it seriously. We have fun, but we still take it seriously with commitment. And that's why everybody that watches is absolutely important as well. So thank you to everyone that's tuning in. So let us begin. And you know how we do this. We spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. And what are we going to review first? Let's find out. And our survey says perfect. Okay, so we are starting with TNA. Okay, so let's do this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, where else can TNA go right now? It's electric. The company's on fire for the first time in a very long time. The talent is starting to showcase itself a bit more. They're starting to evolve. They're starting to up the ante, which hasn't happened in quite some time. We're getting some seriously good matches, and more importantly, we're getting some good feuds building. And we got a very important moment as well last night that I think needs to be credited. So where did it all start? Well, I'm glad you asked. So TNA kicks off with Nick Nemeth. Nick Nemeth obviously has praised the new world champion Joe Hendry. He's put him over, saying that there are no excuses. He lost to the better man. The better man won the world championship at Genesis. Okay. And we get to see some humility from the former world champion who hasn't shown that in quite some time, which is very well done. I think Nick Nemeth he's trying to extend himself a little bit more. Like he's still an amazing seller. He's a good wrestler inside the ring, outside the ring, but he hasn't really had the humility to go and change things up a bit. And last night was no last night was no exception. So it was good to see a little bit of depth from Nick. Since he's gone to TNA, he's really changed himself around for the better, and I'm glad because he's brilliant. And if he doesn't get the opportunity to showcase himself a bit more, then what's the point? Like, he was stripped down for too long. He was losing to Goldberg at SummerSlam. And he never really had anything else after that that was interesting apart from an NXT title run that was short but not really sweet. So it was good to see. It was good to see Nemeth actually show more from himself inside the ring for that promo last night. So kudos to him. Maria's come in saying his brother is annoying as hell. Yes, Ryan Nemeth, to an extent, is he is an annoying little shit. If you want to say it loosely, he is an annoying little shit. It's my brother, my brother, my brother. He's not happy. Well, we can see that, Ryan. Thank you for the obvious. No shit, Sherlock. But we're not really getting more from him. I mean, this could be leading to something. Like, reading between the lines, this could be leading to Ryan Nemeth actually turning on his brother for letting him down. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that legitimate brothers have done this to each other. Like, if you cast your mind back to 1994, brother, jealousy, let down, not being an example. Owen Hart did this to his brother Brett. Now, of course, neither of these are in the same league as the Hart brothers, but you still have to make a name for yourself. So we need to see developments from this angle. What are we going to get from it? Who knows? But I'm liking the progression. At least they're getting decent TV time. They're not getting a shitload. They're getting a good amount of TV time both in the ring and promo segments. It's strong. And I'm all for this. I want to see something. If it leads to a Ryan Nemeth heel turn, I'm all in for this because he's quality. If it leads to a different turn though, and it leads to Nick Nemeth turning heel on Ryan, then I'd be fascinated by what follows. Because no one's pitching this. You know what I mean? Like, no one is pitching realistically that Nick Nemeth could turn heel and it all stems from the annoyance of his brother. Like, no one's considering that. Would that be something of particular interest to you guys? Would you like that? I mean, me personally, I like Nick Nemeth as a babyface or a heel because he does both roles fantastically. Like, there will never be another Shawn Michaels, but Nick Nemeth actually understands what Shawn Michaels did as a babyface or a heel. And he's the best seller since Michaels. I've said that numerous times. There's a opportunity here, if all goes well, to get something out of this one. So it was a good starting segment. The only thing that was ruined by First Class, they made their appearance, AJ Francis and Casey Navarro. Casey Navarro is a very exciting young talent. If you've ever watched him in the ring, if you've never seen him in the ring, sorry, I recommend checking his matches out. Himself, Leon Slater, two exciting talents that are the future of pro wrestling. More of the future than Nick Wayne, because sorry, but he ain't good enough. Like, when you look at the age bracket, he's in that bracket with them. That those two are so far ahead of him. It's not even like it's street levels. AJ Francis comes out saying that he agrees with Ryan Nemeth's sentiments. That Ryan Nemeth specifically is saying that Joe Hendry is a fraud. He was lucky to beat Nemeth for the championship at Genesis, and AJ Francis comes out and agrees with him. He agrees that Joe Hendry is a fraud, but he's here to speak to the Nemeth brother that actually is relevant, the Nemeth brother that matters, which is Nick. This infuriates the former champion, who then is going to set up the challenge. But Ryan Nemeth jumps the gun, jumps ahead of him, and says, "You will get the tag match. Main event is set. The Nemeths versus First Class." And then we are on our way to. We are then on our way through the match list. So we do have a tag match between Eric Young and Josh Alexander versus the North Academy. We have Mustafa Ali in action versus Laredo Kid. We've got Cora Jade versus Hyan. Wesley versus Ace Austin. There's a good flurry of matches listed for the show, but we also have in the opening match, I've already said his name, but don't worry, he doesn't have the "we appears," but he does have an amazing finish that you don't get to see in this match, but it's a shame. But it's one of the coolest finishers in football right now. Well, I would say football because Fletch has appeared, but one of the coolest finishes in wrestling, the Swanton 450. It is Leon Slayer who's in action versus Mr. 1000 over 3 shows, Brian Myers. And this is actually one of Brian Myers' best matches. What's up, Fletch? I believe you owe me a bit of gratitude. And I think the words are, "Yes, you were right." Yeah, Leon Slater. Like, he's fucking wicked, and he's only, like, he's not even 20 years old. Yeah, that's a fair comparison. I would say he's better than those two, though. When you look at it, he's actually, he looks better in the ring than those two. But it's mad, like the level he's got to so far. Oh, honestly, you'll really like his stuff, like Progress, Rev Pro, all sorts. Like, it's genuinely top notch. Like, it's really well done. Oh, and I told you that Benfica would beat Juventus. Man's always right, you know. Like I said, this is one of Brian Myers' best matches because Brian Myers actually does what I said about the Dynamite match between Cage and Ospreay. He completely neutralizes, for the majority of this match, Leon Slater's dive moves. If you look at how fast Leon Slater covers post to post, corner to corner, like, he is rapid. Like, even like Brian Myers is no slouch, but his timing, his match timing in this match was fantastic. Like, it was exactly what he needed. He needed a big win after losing to the Hardys last week. Really well done. Really well done by Brian Myers. He wins, of course, with the spear. But there's moments in this match that really stand out. So, for example, the first attempt at the running tope con hilo from Slater, the system get involved, and I just like that I like that Leon Slater hesitates as well afterwards. Like it shows that he's still got that to learn. Even though he's still done a lot of matches, he's still got that element of I'm not as experienced, so he wants to learn, and I really do like that. But I also like the fact that the system were actually egging him on to try it, like daring him to go for the dive, and eventually he does his running leap over the turnbuckle, lands on Myers, fantastic. He does a one-handed, and I'm not kidding, by the way, he does a one-handed blue thunderbomb. Not the Sami Zayn two-handed sit-down thunderbomb. No, 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 no. A one-handed standing blue thunderbomb. Name anyone in wrestling that does that. I'm like that. I'm serious. Name anybody that does that. Brother, I couldn't believe Juventus didn't even get to play, let's be honest, in that Barcelona match. We were robbed. I know. And congrats to Amorim finally getting at long last. About frickin' time. Now we get Monaco. We're eating that little French wannabe big team. Anything French, I despise. I just don't like the French. Except Antoine Griezmann and Zidane. That's it. I want revenge on Barcelona. You might get it. I'm just not a fan of the French. At work I can do the views. Appreciate you, Matty boy. Appreciate you. I don't know if Matt, if you were here beforehand, so I can go back. Just as a short recap, when it comes to this, so I'm putting in the chat now, in case anyone missed it. This is the rules for the preview and review shows. So I'm making it very fair. And I know you're off Saturdays, you're a top dude. But this is how I'm doing it for tomorrow. This is how I'm doing the two shows. Like I have to, I want it to be fair and concise, because it's going to take a lot of energy to preview the Rumble, especially because it's not just going to be 2 or 3 this time. There's potentially 4 or 5 people, maybe more, that want on this, and I have to be fair. Anyway, back to TNA. So we got that absolute masterclass from Leon Slater, even though he was a losing effort to Brian Myers. Like, he gets trolled throughout the show as well, which is really funny. We also get, prior to this match, we get to be fair, I have skipped a few, but that's because I wanted to get to this match first, because this was the match I really enjoyed the most. But if we're doing this in order, so we've got the Nick Nemeth promo with his brother. We get the AJ Francis comes out. Tessa Blanchard, well, she punks out Ariana Grace and Gia Miller again. This is purely her saying, like what she said last week, she answers to no one. Well, she answers to me. We do get Cora Jade's first match in TNA in 6 years. She's up against Hyan, against a winning effort for Cora Jade. She wins with the Jaded DDT. Post match, she beats the hell out of Hyan, and she beats the hell out of Xia Brookside before Masha Slamovich makes the save. I have an issue with this match anyway, and it's because I used to be a fan of Cora Jade until she went and got rid of all of her innocence of herself. Like she's completely morphed her body. It's it's not improved her appeal at all. It just looks wrong, and it's actually hampering her ability in the ring. And not gonna lie, I don't like that. It offends me as a wrestling fan. It offends me as somebody who's a fan of Cora Jade. She's done all of this unnecessary body change. She's still not gonna win a world championship. So what is the fucking point? Again, it's each to their own. Like, I'm not going to criticize someone for making body choice, but I'm going to criticize how they now move in the ring, how they work. Cora Jade, since she's returned at the end of 2024, let's be real, she hasn't had a good match. She's been in good matches, but she herself hasn't had a good match. And I just want to ask people how long before eventually people start to get bored of her. Like, even the NXT fans tried to get a chant going, then they started chanting boring. And also, she wasn't the only person that got that chant last night. But yeah, what are we thinking, guys? How long do you think until wrestling fans get bored of Cora Jade? So she used to, so she, so she used to be there in TNA 6 years ago, but she's there to build a feud with Masha Slamovich because she wants to win the TNA title. I'm sorry, but I stand on this, and I mean it. For me, it's fine to have the partnership. Okay, cool. We're already in that situation now, right? But just because the Rascals versus Fraction was a good NXT tag team title match, just because those were a good NXT tag team title match doesn't mean that the NXT talent should be facing TNA talent for their championships and vice versa. I don't want to see TNA talents win NXT championships, and I don't want to see NXT talents winning TNA championships. For me personally, that does no favor. They shouldn't even be competing for them. They should just be amongst them, improving themselves in the ring, building feuds with one another, but they shouldn't be getting the top championship matches. Uh-uh. I saw a replay of United's counterattack last night, and amazing. The action that Amri inserted on those players, amazing. Oh no, it's class, man. It's class. We're apparently going after Quenda now. So potentially we're going to have Quenda and Dorgu as our wing backs, which is incredible. King Leo is down for that. Anytime, Rich. Try and get him just to jump in these. If you can get him to jump in his chat, then like hook up with me. Then quality, we can sort that. We can absolutely sort that. I'd be fine with that once and for all. Just so you know, because obviously we stand firm on this. The next segment I completely skipped because I have standards. So the next segment was Santino Marella backstage with the concierge and the lack of elegance duo. They're served with papers from their lawyers because of the tag title match and they didn't win the championships. Big whoop. Santino then announces that there's going to be a battle royal next week, and they'll be part of it. And the winner gets a Knockouts title match. And coincidentally, the current Knockouts tag team champions appear. Like that's the reality that they've now got right now. So that's what he's at. Nemeth dissed AEW with WWE Rider Bubba Ray. To an extent, yeah, I did see some of it. I saw last week's. I think he was more laughing at the fact that David LaGreca's a clown, but I haven't seen anything from this week. Now he's wrestling for the Development Tag Titles brand. That's true. That is true. That is true. Again, anything to do with Ash by Elegance, I don't care that she's got her own little fan club. I'm not part of it. I don't like her. I don't rate her. She doesn't do it for me. She's an absolute killjoy. We've reviewed the Leon Slater match with Brian Myers. Before that, after the match concluded, there was a stand-up. Oh, and I didn't know Ariana Grande was the new NXT general manager. Be booking title matches. She went from singing to pro wrestling? Nice. Very nice. Backstage as well, we were supposed to get a segment from Sami Callihan. Because obviously he got attacked last week on Impact. He was attacked by the 23 Reveal, who was Mance Warner, sorry. Oh, I agree. I mean, I used to be a fan of her, but she's really like, this is my problem right now with all these talents, and it must be an NXT thing, right? The natural look. Cora Jade used to have it. Kiana James. Tiffany Stratton. It seems that the only way they're going to get these three over is if they go under the knife. It tells me a lot about them. It tells me a lot about them. You know? Why do that to yourself? You're already liked. And are you doing this just to further yourself to get so far ahead? But at what cost? It can go horribly wrong. I think it's absolutely stupid, you know, like I don't get it. I think for them it's not gonna get them where they want to be. But that's just my opinion, obviously. Like that's just my opinion. Mance Warner and Callahan do brawl. Yeah, Quenda is a baller. He is a baller. Sami Callihan doesn't get it. Yeah. I think the only one who's actually done it in the recent ways to cope, I think maybe Stratton, Charlotte Flair. Anyone else not that I've seen has really managed. Like it is really tricky. It's not. It doesn't do anything. Like it's not doing anything for them. Like they're not gonna get the matterable opportunities that make you stand out. So Mance Warner's backstage. He gets attacked by Sami Callihan, who's the expected segment. They're going at it constantly. It's mental how this goes. off topic. Apparently, Megan Bain had her Collision debut at last tapings. Yes, she did. And the Collision match for Max Caster also. There's your opponent for Caster on Saturday. Sorry, hold on, we use his new name. Following the attack, the show goes to a commercial break. On the return, we're back in the backstage area. We have Leon Slater with Kazarian. Kazarian again offers Leon Slater one last chance to join him, to be his sidekick, his lackey, to learn the business and carry his trophy. To which obviously Leon Slater takes the piss out of him and his trophy. The system then appears after obviously following Myers win over Slater. We do get the system comes out and they all through them one by one. Like Moose says to him, like, he can hold his errand, like he can be his errand boy. He can hold his championship rings. He can carry his bags. Alicia Edwards says, well, he can be like the new manager. Just pure taking the mick out of the young talent, and it just reflects what it means. Like, it's not only just the heel work of getting the win, but the heels are they are eviscerating the young talent, because that's what you need to do. You need to follow up strongly, and they do follow up in this way. I want to see more of that, but I want to see the system start to look for the younger recruited talent that they can go, like, this is our new soon to be new direction. We need to find the next piece of the puzzle. I'm hoping that they can get that soon. I'm hoping it's the Good Hands or someone else along those lines. But it's smart. Despite the rub-in from the system, the Hardys appear saying that they get called washed, finished, to which they respond, this is to Johnny Dangle Curtis, who you guys will know as Fandango in WWE. They will then say, well, it's better that than being the fourth system, somebody who's irrelevant. The Hardys then say that Leon Slater has star written all about him. He has the coolest finisher in wrestling, the Swanton 450. Like, it's incredible move, incredible finish, great delivery. Of course, you didn't see it in last match. They call Slater. Slater gets called the English Hardy Boy. Like, it's absolutely funny. After this, back in the backstage area again, Callahan and Mance Warner are brawling. They make it to the ring. Callahan thumbs up, thumbs down, DDT on the outside. Get in the ring. Stephanie DeLander appears, distracts Callahan with the digital media title, and then Callahan gets blasted in the face. And they can't help themselves, can they? After this, backstage again, commercial break. We come back to a segment that was taped during that and released. So it's Steve Macklin with Eric Young. Macklin's warning off Eric Young to be careful because Josh Alexander can't be trusted. Prior to their tag match, obviously he says he trusts Eric Young, but he doesn't trust Josh Alexander, and he tells him to be careful. Just look after himself. Eric Young says it's fine. He trusts him. There's nothing to worry about, and that's how it's going to be. And the last words from Macon before he leaves is, "I'm not going to be the person that says I told you so." Those words were bittersweet. What? What are you saying what to? Back inside the Impact Zone, we have Commander's hero, Laredo Kid. Sorry, I just had to get a snipe in there on Commander, even though I do like Commander. Laredo Kid is in action. He's up against the freshly signed Mustafa Ali. What a phenomenal pro wrestling talent. This guy is incredible. His cockiness to do this "we believe" angle, like he's taken the "we the people" gimmick to a whole new level. Like he's actually made the former Jack Swagger, Jake Hager's gimmick better than what it was. It's really well done. I like the cockiness of him being a delusional politician. Like it just fits him. Like he understands it for himself. He's taken himself to a whole new level. And lo and behold, his sights are firmly secure on the championship. He wants to be the TNA World Champion, and honestly, Mustafa Ali in that conversation is worth the moment. He's a brilliant wrestler, and I think he's got the potential to be a great champion. Will they do it? Who knows? But I would be all in for this. I think Nemeth is going to get a second run also. Just to let you know, I think he'll get a second chance. But it's coming. They're building to it really, really well. We get in the ring, bell sounds, Ali circles the ring slowly, he's mocking the kid. Like he's got no time of day for Laredo at all. I like that slow that he does. Like the emotion is there, the body language is spot on, the attitude is correct. That's what I want to see from a talent. The only thing though, this isn't really Laredo Kid's fault to be fair. But I personally think this match went longer than it should. I think it may have went maybe 3 or 4 minutes too long, which doesn't particularly help. But it's fast paced. There's some good technical wrestling in here, and then there's the high fly moves of Laredo. It's end to end, back and forth. But obviously the penultimate turning point of the match is the Mustafa Ali dives through the bottom ropes from post to post. Laredo follows him, gets caught in a DDT from the ring apron onto the mat at ringside. He's done. Mustafa Ali then seals it with the 450 splash. I think they waited too long to get to the main point of the match. Like there was too many fillers in between the match itself that kind of hurt it a little bit, and it wasn't necessary for Mustafa Ali to do that in this match because he's only just returned. This should have been him brutalizing Laredo Kid in less than 5-6 minutes. This should have been a brutal win. So I do actually have a problem with that. Alright, okay, 2 seconds. Yeah, finally. LFI. He's back from his suspension. Following Mustafa's and Ali We Trust performance, wins the match, we go to commercial break, come back from commercial, Mike Santana confronts Mustafa Ali backstage because Ali's celebrating his win, saying he's coming for the championship. Santana challenges him, he then says, no, I've just had a grueling match. Typical heel. But then he says he'll find Santana an opponent, somebody who is a believer in Mustafa Ali. It was really well done, I quite like that. We then get where it matters. This is the one. We went from this. Oh, did I get rid of it? Damn. We went from Santana's handshake with Josh Alexander and what we got next. I'm gonna put on screen. I need to put it on from my phone, so I will be like 15 seconds. Come on. It would help if this thing wanted to behave for me. Two seconds, guys. Come on, hurry up. Because I've also got a funny meme to go with this. Yeah, it's that one. Right, 2 seconds. These are all going to laugh. Are we ready for the memes? So we get Alexander and Eric Young up next versus the Northern Armory, who were his former team. They then turned on Josh Alexander on last week's show. Alexander gets the living hell beaten out of him by Northern Armory. Eventually, we get Eric Young into the match, and immediately Eric Young, he's looking at the Armory, turns around, sucker punch. Alexander knocks off the headgear, and then, in typical fashion, whenever Eric Young turns heel, he does this. He's standing tall. I actually like this look. I think this is actually the right way forward. If they're going to be a tag team and Josh Alexander is potential on the way out, then it makes sense to go with someone who is already somebody in TNA who can be a great heel to learn from, and Eric Young is a great heel. And I like the difference of the face expressions. But like I said, are we ready for the memes? Here are the memes. Mm, mm, mm. That's a fucking pile driver. Mm, mm, mm. Let's see what we got. Fletcher's question. Reece, do you think AR Fox turns heel and helps Scissor King Trevor taking the W next week against Swerve? Rico taking AR Fox as hostage and Swerve not attacking. Something is going on. I mean, they were building it as a bury the hatchet. They finally became friends again. If they do that, that would be interesting. I just don't know what you would do with it though, because I don't think Ricochet needs anybody on his side unless he goes to the Hurt Syndicate. But I don't know. I don't know what the elements are if he turn unless they both join the Syndicate. That's the only thing. Following the attack, we go to commercial break. We come back to NXT talent Wesley. NXT talent Wesley comes out, followed by Ace Austin. This is a fucking quality match. If you haven't seen this one, give it a watch. Really good. And like we say, ready for the memes. That's a fucking pile driver. But what will we caption this? I think Eric Young must have shat himself. Pile driver. Dun dun. And then that face there could be. Remember that time that I shit myself doing a pile driver? Yeah. Right, where were we? Back to the action. So yes, so we get the Wesley versus Ace Austin is the match of the night though. Like for me, Myers versus Leon Slater was excellent, but like if you're basing it on overall measurement, like time afforded, difference of offense, the speed and transition, and this is the one for you. Like it's really well done. Two young, exciting talents. One's currently still a member of a tag team, but obviously Chris Bay is still injured. Get well soon, Chris Bay. And obviously Wesley's got his own little faction at the minute between two dummies. I don't honestly like who like, I haven't got a fucking clue who those two are. Tyson and Tyreek. No idea who they are, to be honest. I don't watch NXT. Even though they were at even though they were at last week's show, I just don't fucking have a clue who they are. We've already had one NXT versus TNA crossover match on this card, and the NXT talent wins. So what do you think the result was in this match? Yep, the NXT talent beats the TNA talent, male and female. Moving on though, however, so Ace Austin is obviously hampered by the fact outside interference cost him the match. Wesley with the cardiac kick, the springboard like overhead kick that he gets back at the neck, gets the win. But shout out to Ace Austin for the move of the night, the gut wrench powerbomb that he does. Like honestly, it was phenomenal. Match concludes. There's a beatdown from the two T's and Wesley. I've got a name for their group. Oh wait, hold on. I can do better. Hold on. Wes T's. I'm claiming that. I'm declaring that the name of his new group, Wes T's. The Rascals then come out, helps Ace Austin from a further beatdown. So we're lucky that there's no further that. We go to commercial as we're building up to the main event. First of all, Joe Hendry announces that he's got a concert next week. Okay, so much for being a fighting champion. You're more like playing music. Main event. Uh, we have the lineup for next week's show, which I'll just quickly read out for you guys now. So next week's card is Leon Slater and the Hardys versus the System, as we've already said. Mike Santana versus Mark Cardona. Joe Hendry in concert, and the Knockouts number one contender battle royal. That's your that's your TNA card next week. So first class make their way out first. They make their entrance to the ring. Casey Navarro, all pink hair, ready to go, and AJ Francis versus the Nemeth brothers. Cool beans, bruh. I do have some things for everyone for this one as well, so I'm just gonna put them in. Let me just see if I can put them in. Now, this one is for people who want to laugh. Where is it? It's this one. This one's funny. Now, I'm adding these captions separately. This didn't happen, so this is just for pure laughs. This is just for you guys, pure entertainment. So I need that. Uh, Now, remember, I am a fan of Nick Nemeth, so this is not on you, sir. This is only for your brother. One moment, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to make you laugh. Sometime today, phone. hmm Yeah, she's been traveling across uh, talent to talent. Don't worry, this is just me. To an extent, it would be. It certainly would be. Oh fuck me, that's a pile driver. Oh, don't worry, that's coming too. There we go. So I've got two more memes for you before we wrap up TNA. Leon Slater and the Hardy Vortex. Yes, actually. But it works. It works because he'll get better with them, so he'll actually learn more. But before we do, so the Nemeths are in full control of this match. If you actually watch it back, they have pretty much 85% control of the match. The likes of Francis does get some moves, and so does Casey Navarro. They do get some moments where they are in firm control, but the Nemeths are just far better workers. But there's a moment at the end where AJ Francis goes to hit a choke slam on Ryan Nemeth, and he counters him into a tornado DDT, drops him. Nemeth comes in and he plants a super kick on Francis, gets him out. He then hits a super kick on Casey Navarro and hits the danger zone. But before he can go for the pin, well, actually, before he even goes for the danger zone itself, Ryan Nemeth tags himself in and steals the pin. Now, like I say, I have a meme just for you guys. It's on screen now. Oh, the joys. I would book Leon Slater to dethrone Moose. So would I. So would I. 100%. 100% agree with that. I don't think they'll go. I don't think they'll go up against Fraxium. But even if they did, as long as it's not a title match, then it's okay. But let's be real, if you're putting them against each other, I think realistically Nick Nemeth gets the win anyway, if it's a tag match, but I would still like this though. I would still like it. So the show ends obviously with the Nemeth brothers. They do eventually celebrate in the ring, but obviously Nemeth is still a little bit annoyed that his brother Ryan stole the pin from him. You know what? Good show from TNA. They furthered some feuds. They made some crucial character changes. Turning Eric Young heel was needed. I'm expecting his group now, the new uh, like the new Norfolk Army, etc. I expect them now fully to the new Northern Armory, because that's pretty much what they're going to be now. I'm expecting them now to go after Steve Macklin, and then after that, Eric Young will probably want to go after the world title again as a heel, and the Northern Armory, Judas Icarus and Travis Williams, they'll want to go after the tag titles. They could be good opponents for the Hardys. I would actually genuinely like that as well. I'm all for it. Let's see what happens. But you know what? TNA X marks the spot. Great show. Negatives though. Cora Funbags Jade again set herself up for a world title match that she doesn't deserve. Another negative for me that we didn't get to see who's actually going to be the next clear opponent for the X Division title, and we didn't get we didn't even get an in-ring promo or even like any action from the we didn't even get any in-ring action from the world champion when he says he wants to be a fighting champion. So it's a great show, but it still has its drawbacks. Positives instantly the work with Wesley and Ace Austin, really like that. Eric Young turning heel, he's teaming up with Northern Army, good for them, good mentor. And and Leon Slater getting to be with the Hardys, that's really good as well. They're your positives from this show. Really, really well done. What's up, Abu? Can't remember the last time I watched TNA. Get watching then, buddy. It's good to hear a review about TNA from Reece. Reece Hendry. Who's that again? Oh wait.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in
Reece Russell.
I believe in
Reece Russell.
'cause they love him in Scotland and 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 Scotland. They say I believe in
Reece Russell.
I believe in
Reece Russell.
Say his name and he appears. I
Told you. See, I appear. Back from more action. And that was your TNA review. So, it is now Ring of Honor review time. Okay. Opening match. Well done. Well done to Ring of Honor for this. So, opening match of the card is Sammy Guevara versus Aaron Solo. First of all, Aaron Solo stood out here. Huge. I would give him more of an opportunity singles run. I think he's actually a credible opportunity for the TV title. I liked his dynamic in the ring with Guevara. Guevara's already established. So it's actually good to see. The only thing is there's so many diving moves. You don't really get to see more Guevara's technical ability. But for about 8 minutes, it's well done. It's a good match. Guevara does get the win, of course, with the GTH. But I thought it was fun. Like, it was well done. Like I like this. I like the way this match flowed, and I don't often see a lot of Aaron Solo to give him any real comments on. But from what I saw, I liked how he worked, especially the fact that he got out of the torture rack really easily. It's not an easy move to get out of. But then one of the moments of the entire show was one's got a differentiation of that he does hit on the entrance ramp. He does hit and destroy Plant Guevara, who rolls back into the ring. And then he does hit the double stomp. Really well done. I did like that, to be fair. That was a good setup, but obviously that only got him a 2 count, which led to the cutter and GTH for Guevara to win. 8 minutes, that's fine. Whatever Solo does next, get him in a position where he can go for a championship, because I think you can build around him. I don't think he's world championship, but maybe TV title. I think you can say he's credible for that. So let's see where he goes for that. Oh, for now I have to be very harsh. The next match is Queen Aminata versus Allysin Kay, the first of 2 women's matches on the show. And I'm sorry, but this match is the worst Ring of Honor's women's match I've ever seen. It had there was no chemistry here. There was no pace that could be flowed well, and you actually watch the 2 of them together. It's like watching 2 blind men trying to finish a 100-meter sprint. Like, it's wonky as fuck. long story short, this match was a complete car crash. I was let down tremendously. It was absolutely shite. And I actually think it's a testament to the fact that like Alison Kay can't do it anymore. Like, she was great in NWA, she was great in TNA, but she hasn't been of relevance in Ring of Honor in 4 years. The last time she won a match was 4 years ago. I'm sorry, but fuck me, this is awful. Queen Aminata she needs different opponents that actually is worth watching. I'm sorry, but this is just a clusterfuck. It, it's, uh, that was just two bald men in the same ring with a blonde man who was not there anymore. Checked out. That match sucked too. Queen Aminata is now 4-1, 2025 in singles matches. There's no respect at all from the young talent towards the veteran. None at all. You know what? I'll praise that though. I like the fact that she's shrugging her off. She's like, disregard you. You're nothing. It was really well done. The only thing is though is they do it multiple times over, and I'm like, you only have to do it once to make your your words and your statement heard. If you do it once, it takes away from it. There's submissions across the ring. Queen Aminata then gets the win with a headbutt, which is bad. Like, I like the fact that she can beat you with strikes, but she beats you with a headbutt. Clean as a whistle, just knocks her cold, gets the result. It was a good finish. A bad match. It's not even worth watching, I'm sorry. The next match is worth watching. Commander versus Lee Johnson, and Lee Johnson proves what I said on last week's show. Lee Johnson survives the proving ground for the Ring of Honor TV title. He will now get a future title match because he got a time limit draw. Shout out to EJ and Duca for pulling him out of the ring after Commander hit his run the ropes. He hits his like run the ropes like shooting star press finish, but doesn't get the result he needs. He doesn't get the cover. This is wrestling from Lee Johnson, and honestly, God, put this belt on him. He needs to take the belt off Commander. I like the fact as well. It's really reiterated from commentary that he's changed his style. The diving moves are no more. It's just pure brutal offense, and it works so damn well. We get face busters, we get power bombs, but when you get to the minute mark remaining, the tide's already turned. Like Commander's hit a sunset flip powerbomb, and that's when he goes for his finish. But obviously, he is being worked badly in the match. Like he is injured ribs a lot. Like Lee Johnson has worked his body to perfection. It's really well done. It's violent. Whenever he gets the match, give him the strap. Put the title on Lee Johnson. It's that kind of talent you can trust. Flawless. Honestly, one of the best matches of the entire week. It's worth it. Up next as well, we get we get the return of Serpentico, who hasn't been on Ring of Honor TV in 23 days. He's in action against Brandon Cutler. Why is he still employed? Why is Brandon Cutler still employed? This dude sucks. Nah, he's just not been. He's just not been in action, Abu. He's just not been used at all for the past couple of weeks. Like, and even worse, like Brandon Cutler hasn't won a televised match since March last year, almost a year, and you still have him employed in your company. Get rid of him. He's just a bald version of the pirate from SpongeBob. Same dress sense, same ugly beard. The only thing he doesn't have is a pirate's hat, but the way it's going, you may as well. In the words, who lives at the bottom under the sea. Like Brandon Cutler literally is the bald pirate from SpongeBob. And he can't wrestle for shit. He's got no charisma, he can't cut a promo, he doesn't work well, he hasn't got an interesting character, his gimmick sucks. Let's be real. He's only relevant to an extent because he was with Kenny in the Elite when Kenny was world champion. But fuck me, they should have got rid of him sooner. He's an absolute good. Get rid of him. Absolutely get rid of this fucking moron. Serpentico, short story, he wins with a frog splash. Big whoop. He's wrestling a bum. It means nothing. Sorry, Serpentico, you've been wasted. You've just wrestled a bald Baron Corbin. Well, sorry, I'll rephrase that. A bald pirate Baron Corbin. He's like a fucking seal. We do get in our classic match segment of the show. I like the Ring of Honor do this, by the way, because no other company generally does this. TNA did do it before Genesis, but Ring of Honor do it every week. We got a classic match from the Honor Club episodes. It's from episode 2. Samosa Joe versus Tony Deppen. This is for the Ring of Honor TV Championship, and this was just Samoa Joe killing someone for fun. It ends with the muscle buster, but he just beats the fuck out of him. It's just hilarious. I like, and like, to be fair, Samoa Joe had a period for about 4 or 5 years where the guy couldn't do anything, but he's still a legitimate guy that I've always liked. But when he got far too overweight and he lost his mobility, I started calling him Samoa Joe. But I'm a big fan of Samoa Joe. Yeah, he does win this one. We then get a backstage promo by the Infantry, talk about their new attitude. Their new attitude. Saying that everyone in Ring of Honor has been put on notice. They're going to double stomp anything and anyone and everyone. Short and sweet. If you're in their way, you're getting stomped. On their route, I'm assuming, to becoming Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, so Guevara and Dustin Rhodes are now officially on notice. And because I've had a fair bit of Pepsi Max, I will be back in 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Lovely. Right. So as we said, Samosa Joe got the win on the classic match rewatch, defeating Troy Devlin with muscle. It was the second attempt. Devlin used his fingers, traps it between the eyes to break out the first attempt, but he does not succeed for the second. We then got the infantry promo again, very well done. Up next, we get Blake Christian, who had a good match last week. He's been on a very aggressive streak since the end of last year when he failed to win the Ring of Honor World TV title, which in the hands of the Commander. Since then, he's had a good list of matches recently. So he's beaten the likes of Parker Lee, Serpentico, AR Fox, and now he's going after Uno. Why anyone would want to wrestle Evil Uno anyway is pointless because, again, Evil Uno is a Shih Tzu. But I don't see the need for the. What is the purpose of the Dark Order these days? This faction has to go. Like, nobody gives a fuck about the Dark Order anymore. No AEW fan cares about the Dark Order anymore. No Ring of Honor fan gives a fuck about the Dark Order. Pack them up, slit them, end it. It's over. Blake Christensen, of course, heel work. He's ignored the Code of Honor, he's disregarded it, and he just beats Evil Uno like it's his own bitch. Beats him up and down the ring. Fantastic stuff. I did like the way this match went. We got a DDT Brainbuster combination by Evil Uno as well, a real standout. We got the 10 forearms, the corner, traditional moves. Hey ho, I'm alright with that. But it's still not enough. Up here. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. Put these side by side because it's fun. And then I'll put this over here. There we go. So I've got all three cooking. And I'm also going to bring up, just for everybody, 1 second. Because I think we all deserve a little treat after this. I'm going to put this on this screen first. One second, I'm just waiting. I want to see what it does. Oh, wait. Hold on. Yes. Don't worry, I'm still here. I'm still here. What I've done is, in the background, a little bit of 2K, and we're going to do a little bit of 2K after this as well. So we're actually going to have maybe 1 or 2 matches to end the stream, and we're just going to have a little bit of fun. I'm going to wrap up Ring of Honor first, because obviously it deserves that before we even get to that. So the Christensen obviously takes the mick Evil Uno, he rips up the mask, hits a 450, and then wins with the knees to the head. Following the match, it was announced that we'll have a female returning to Ring of Honor next week. Main event is a fantastic women's match between Red Velvet and Layla Gray from Top Flight. I've not really seen much of Layla Gray up until last week, where she had the #1 contenders match against Marty Bell, which she does win. But then again, it wasn't really a #1 contenders match. It was just a match between her and Marty Bell, and she gets the win. She's like, "Well, here you go. Here's your reward. You get a title match." All right, cool beans, bro. We get a old-fashioned lockup, and then Grace sends Velvet into rope. She takes the lead early on to challenge her, but then the champion makes a quick recovery, stiff shots to Layla Gray. She doesn't respond well to these. Layla Gray makes a huge mistake, and then Velvet grabs her, throws into the ring apron. Wild as fuck. Like, she just brutalizes her. And then up on the barricade for the fans, some chops. We get in the ring. Velvet, again, a great boxer, just starts to punch the living daylights out of Layla Gray, and then hits a meteor on the back of the head. She locks in the full Nelson, but Layla Gray breaks out with the elbow strikes, which is well done. And what I quite like as well is how Red Velvet immediately adapts this, and she uses a side slam. It's very well done. Goes for a rollout. Layla Gray goes for a rollout. Velvet kicks out. She then gets a bulldog and a dragon sleeper. Red Velvet makes it to the ropes. We then get a couple of elbows from Layla Gray, and then a blockbuster, but only a 2 count. The champion is on the ropes, effectively, but after that, she finishes it with a Mama's Kitchen, which is that big strike. We then get the 3 count from this for the champion. This is well done. I give them props. This is really, really well done. I like this. I like this match. This actually was the best women's match of the week. In my opinion, it's the best women's match across all TV shows I've watched this week. So credit to Layla Gray, credit to Red Velvet for that. Thank you for turning this around, making the show fun. They certainly did, and Ring of Honor ended it this week strongly. And now, positives. That women's match. Athena being announced that she's returning. Blake Christensen having another win. Lee Johnson surviving the Proving Ground, so he gets a championship match. Negatives. Allysin Kay versus Queen Aminata. Horse shit. Brandon Cutler. Him still being employed. Horse shit. And the fact that the Mexican Destroyer is becoming not even a pin move anymore when Will Ospreay can get wins with the AJ Styles Clash. That he's a big fan of AJ Styles. He uses the Styles Clash anyway, but why can't we not get that on the show as a pinfall now? The fucking Styles Clash. Can we get that as a win now, please? Otherwise, what's the freaking point? And as promised, ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap up tonight, we're going to have... It's running perfectly now, too, so you'll like this. We are... Ugh, of course. Yes, I agree to your terms. We are going to have since he likes to break people's necks, we're going to damage his. Hell, fuck you, Gunther. I'm taking that title without even having to wrestle him. The only thing is the high CPU, but I'm changing that, don't worry. That's not the flex that you want, Braun. If you're going to celebrate, don't celebrate like that. That is horseshit. Come on. Fuck's sake. I'm hoping that it's just the one finish, because after that we can just cut the game, because it looks like it's just taking a lot out of the game. It's probably because of StreamYard loading it, it's not as strong. I'll need to do it from Streamlabs going forward. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna stop the stream. Not stop the stream, I'm gonna stop the screen. There we go. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. I think that's just the problem. I think it's because it takes up so much CPU, but it's because I'm doing it on StreamYard. StreamYard can't support it. But it's okay. If we're gonna do more of those gaming streams, if it's gonna be 2K24, we'll do it from the PS5. Or I just try and get Streamlabs to support it, and if Streamlabs can do it, we'll pick it. But hey ho, it doesn't matter. What matters is this. TNA had some great stuff this week, and a few wee negatives. Ring of Honor had a few wee negatives, but a fun show. The best women's match of the week, in my opinion, which was the main event: Red Velvet versus Layla Gray. Both shows have started 2025 excellently. It's just about consistency now. You've got to keep going. You've got to make sure you don't drop your standard. That's the key for Ring of Honor and TNA for 2025. Keep it going, make it fun, make it exciting, and just see where it goes. Tomorrow, Royal Rumble. We absolutely will be doing a preview. Sunday, we will be reviewing it. If you want on the show, Now is the chance. Now is that opportunity. If you want to be on the shows tomorrow, drop your your comments now, and you absolutely are welcome. I will be live for the Rumble preview 6 p.m. UK time tomorrow. We will be live for the Rumble, so we will do that tomorrow. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, please do check out Graps TV, check out the Mid Podcast, check out Covalent TV for some great wrestling content. They're all worth the watch. They're fantastic. In the meantime, I am gonna bounce out here. I've had some fun. Unfortunately, 2K on the PC has ruined it, but that's okay. That can be dealt with. It's probably because StreamYard just isn't powerful enough to do it, but that's okay. I've got Streamlabs. We'll do that. In the meantime, my friends, I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy SmackDown if you can, if you wish. Otherwise, enjoy the Rumble tomorrow. Collision's also on, so I'll be watching that as well after the Rumble. In the meantime, thank you all, and I bid you good night. And that is a Steelchair signing off.